Welcome to TechBrothersIT. In this video, we are going to learn how to use bulk load or copy into by using the GUI to load the data from CSV file and Parquet files into the Azure Synapse Dedicated SQL Pool tables. We are not going to write the code by ourselves. We are going to use the GUI present to us, and we will go from there. So let's go to our Synapse workspace, and here I'm on the home page. I'm going to go to the data here, and then I'm going to go to the linked here. And here is my container, and in this container I have a folder called input. So now if you see, I have different files sitting here. I have a customer file here, .csv. I have a Parquet file, that's also customer file here. So let's load these two files. So I will right click here, and then I can go to the new SQL script, and here is the bulk load options available. So once I click on there, it's going to preview the file data and then give us some options. And it is asking, hey, guess what? You have this data, and it is has a customer ID, first name, last name, and right now it is reading these headers as the first row in our data. So I don't need to do that. I am going to go ahead and say infer column names. That means my first row is my column. And then here you have all those options like, hey, your file, comma delimited, semicolon, or pipe or tab, and all that. So how exactly is the field terminator is used in your file? You can provide that. Then you have row terminator as well. So have your line feed, carriage return, and default, whatever you have. So I think we are good with the default, and here it is asking you have double quotes, single quotes around your field quotes, and then you have a date format. So you can also have check the date format like DMY and year, month, date, and all those kind of things. So in our case, we don't really have those column, and then you have compression. It is none or gzip. So my case, I'm going to simply go ahead and not worry about the compression because it's a small file, and it is asking me max string length 4000. That's fine. And that is asking, hey, if I will try to load the file, if error happen, then how many errors we can ignore. In my case, I'm going to go ahead and say ignore 5, but depend upon your file and you think how many errors it could have it. Now here is our workspace storage, and that you will select, and then it will ask you select the container. So it could have select automatically because we were in the file, and that's exactly our container, but it is asking that information. If you want to go ahead and put the error file directory, you can do that, and let's see, if we don't do that, that's fine as well. Now it is asking more information about your SQL pool. So it is asking you, hey, which SQL pool you're using. In our case, we are using a TechDB. So that's our dedicated SQL pool. So I selected that, and it is asking me which database. I have only single database called TechDB. That's what we are using it here. So here we have option to create the new table or use the existing one. If we have existing one, we can simply go ahead and provide the name of the table from the drop down. I don't have one according to the file, so I'm going to go ahead and create new. I'm going to call this table customer new, and then here it is asking me what type of table this is. A cluster column store index that I would like to create, or just want to keep it heap, no index at all. I'm going to go ahead and use the cluster column store index on this table, and then we have a configure column mapping, and then you will see from here you can just delete this one. So source has this 1 2 3 column, and these are the destinations. So let's say if I want to say, instead of f name, let's say if I want to say first name, and then I can use that, and I can use the last name. That's good. So maybe I want to make changes to this, so capital everything at the starting, and then we can make all those changes. Also you have the option, if your names are small and we don't really have 4000, we can go ahead and choose only 100 here, and if they are even worker, you can change that as well. So whatever the changes you want to make, you can make right here. You can clear, new, add, and do all. Now let's use a SQL script here and open script, so we can see the definitions and everything. And what is happening here, it is creating a new table. So it is checking if the table exists, then it's gonna not do anything. If the table does not exist, it's gonna create this customer new table. We have this column that we just define, and then we have a distribution round robin. You can do a hash if you want, so you can make some changes if you like. And here is your copy into. So you have copy into customer new, and then it has a customer underscore ID 1 first name, and that's the second column, and then third column is our last name. Then it is in from, and then this is the path of that CSV file, and it is with, and these are the configuration we did for our CSV file. It told that it is CSV file, max error zeros, first rows are starting, the data row starting from the second row, and then error file will go in this container, that is our Synapse container. Now once this is created and loaded, then we are selecting the data from this customer table. Let's execute this and take a look. Our data is loaded successfully, and now we can go to the little bit up here, and we can see that we have customer ID, first name, last name, and that works just great. We can go to the workspace here, go to the TechDB, and I'm going to refresh. Once I refresh, I'm going to see the tables here, and I'm going to refresh the tables as well, and here is my DBO customer new, and this has all those columns and data available. So we can go right here, new query, select top 100 rows, and run this. Is going to show us all those records. So in this example, we have work with CSV. Now we are going to go ahead and create another example of where we will load our Parquet file. So I'm going to close everything here, and now let's say you are in the home page, you go back to the data, and here you go to linked, and here is your container. So this is ADLS Gen2 that you have attached at the time of creating your workspace, and this is your container, and in the container you have folders, and here is Parquet file. So we right click here, go to the bulk load, and then it's gonna take a look on the data compression. You have a gzip, snappy, and all that, so you can choose if you want. In my case, I'm gonna leave this as is, and max string length, and then max error. So I'm gonna just leave everything default here. I'm gonna go to continue, and then it is asking me, hey, which SQL pool you want to use. In my case, I have a TechDB, and I'm going to use that one. Database name, only that one I have, and if you have more, you can choose the one where you would like to load. And here it is asking you want to create the table. Yes, I would like to. I'm going to call this one DBO customer, and then Parquet, and then it is asking me cluster, column store index, or heap. Let's keep it heap this time, and then we are going to use this new script. So let's open the script, and here you can see that we have created the table, and then this is a round robin, so you can use other distribution hash or replicate, whatever you want to use. You can create that, no problem, but it has selected round robin, and it is heap. So it has commented out the cluster column store index because we are not using it. And once the table is created, also I missed one step where I was able to show you the mapping if you want to rename column and all that, but you have seen that in the CSV demo. So here you have then copy into, then you will say customer Parquet, that's our table name, and this is our ID, is our first column, first name, and this second column, L name is third column, and salary is fourth column, and then is going to read from this Parquet file, and according to the whatever the column first, second, and third is going to load into these columns, and then you have file Parquet, max error 0, and that's it, and then you can simply select the data from the table. So now it is working, and let's see what happened, and you can go to results here, and you can see that we have ID, first name, last name, and salary. So table is created successfully. We can go to workspace here, we can go to tables here, refresh in our dedicated SQL pool. Now I go to tables here, and then I can see right there, and customer Parquet file is created, and sorry, table is created. We have ID, first name, last name, and other salary column. You can always go ahead and right click here. You can drop the table, drop or create, or whatever you want to do. You have option for that. Once the table is created, you can also do the bulk load as well. In that place, the table is already existing. Same steps, it's not a big deal. You can go right here, and let's say input folder, and here you will say Parquet file, and then click right there, continue. So in the first scenario, we have created a table, but now we are just loading the data again. So we hit next, and then it already selected a table because we came from the table itself. We right click and say, hey, bulk load to this table, and it selected the dedicated SQL pool or database and all that, and now it is given us the script, or you can do automatically. this will automatically load the into the SQL pool table when opening the script. So open script, and then what's happening, it is loading the data automatically. It did not show us all those things. If I run it now, I'm gonna see more records because I have reloaded the same file to the table. So I thank you very much for watching this video. I hope this video will help and you understand how to load data from CSV or Parquet file to your tables in dedicated SQL pool. See you guys in the next video.